tonight we have the consolation game between your Auburn Rockets and Baypath Minutemen. Tonight I'm joined by Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott, how do you think tonight's going to turn out?
Hey AJ, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. You know, this is brings me back to when I first started, and I did some commentating basketball games, and for me to come back in and working alongside you, AJ, it's an honor as you're growing and getting good at being a broadcaster in the game.
Thank you. Thank you. So, how do you think tonight's going to go, Mr. Scott?
So, you know, when I look at the matchup, you got to really work on a couple of principles. One, Auburn has to limit the number of turnovers. It's averaging 20-plus turnovers a game. It's got to get out to a faster start than when they started. They were really, really difficult in terms of getting behind and then having to always make plays to get ahead. They never really got ahead in the game in the first round on Wednesday. So thinking about what Auburn has to do, they've got to get off to a faster start. They got to hit their shots, but they also have to limit the amount of turnovers and opportunities for the other team. On the same token, what Baypath has to do is they have to really feed their premier scorer, Peter Barbell. He is lights out from behind the arc. I think he hit about 6 or 7 threes from the contest on Wednesday. He's really their offense. I know that St. Paul's played a boxing one against him and all over the floor. And he was frustrated, but he still wound up with 24 points in the game. So if you leave him alone, he's going to burn you. And then there's not many other scorers on Baypath's team other than him. So you need to really make sure you limit them as well. So it's a kind of a catch-22 situation. Do you go after Barbell and limit him or let him get his points? Or do you make sure you shut down everybody else or let them get their points?
You know, I really think you want to focus more on him. You really just can't really let him get going early on. Both these teams took difficult losses in the first round of the tournament. Baypath falling to St. Paul's 71-57, and Auburn falling to BVT 39-41. So both difficult first rounds, looking to bounce back in this consolation game. Auburn still seeking that first win of the season. Baypath looking to float at 500 with a previous loss to St. Paul, putting them down to 1-2.
Well, when you say about Auburn looking for its first win, they've been in the games. Mm-hmm. You know, they lose in double overtime to Tantascwa for the opener. They had their opportunities to win. They didn't do that. And I think if you look at the team itself and the games that they played, they have had an inability to make plays at the end to win games.
I agree.
And I think that's one of the things they have not learned how to win. And there is something to say about a team learning how to make those plays at the end of games.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So, what do you think Auburn's going to make changes-wise going into tonight?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to get for a defense. They wound up having to play against a 2-3 zone on Wednesday night. Baypath really runs a man-to-man, and probably a little bit of pressure might be in the order. I would think that what winds up happening here is Baypath will maybe go back into a 2-3 if they scout it at all. They know that we are not a very good three-point shooting team. Have not shown that anyways. So, you know, that might be something that we have to do a better job if they come out in the zone, getting the ball inside, kicking it back out, but also working behind the zone as well. You know, the big guys have to work together in the zone to make that work. And hopefully that's something that they will change interior scoring. I don't know what their points in the paint was not very high on Wednesday night.
Yeah, they're really pushing more to outside the arc when I think they should be getting to the cup more often.
And we're getting ready for
technical introductions.
We welcome you for tonight's game between the Baypath Minutemen and your Auburn Rockets. Participating students, athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for tonight's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Auburn High School and the MIAA would like to remind all participants, as well as spectators, that every interscholastic athletic event is an extension of a daily classroom setting. Good sportsmanship is expected to be displayed at all times to teams, coaches, and spectators, as well as game officials. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Baypath Minutemen. Starting number 0, Luke Smolsky. Starting number 30, Greg Downey. Starting number 2, Corey Scobell. Starting captain number 33, Peter Barbell. And finishing up the Minutemen lineup with captain number 1, Dale Nussey. Head coach for Baypath is Al Rio, assistant coach Jim Primes. And now let's see the starting lineup for your Auburn Rockets. Starting number 3, Nathan Ikonya. Starting number 32, Billy Stewart. Starting number 20, Colby Martin. Starting captain number 24, Braden Martin. And finishing up your Rockets lineup with captain number 11, Tyler Cohen. The head coach for Auburn is Dan Cohen, assistant coach Brian Flynn. At this time, we ask that everyone please rise, remove all hats and hoods as we play the national anthem.
All right, who are you watching tonight, players-wise, for either side?
Well, definitely, I want to see what Billy will wind up doing. I want to see what Billy Stewart's going to do offensively. Will he be able to get inside and score in the paint? I think that's a big reason why Auburn has not been successful. And of course, I mean, for Baypath, you look at Barbell and see what he can do. If he has an off night shooting, that's going to be troublesome for Baypath. If he has a good night shooting, it's going to be troublesome for Auburn.
Yeah, I agree on both those. Another guy I'm looking at for Auburn is Braden Martin. Had a rough last game, not shooting too great, but hopefully he'll be able to respond back. And as I say that, he starts it off with a reverse layup.
Interesting to see what they wind up playing here. They're playing man-to-man. And as you can see,
Deep three from Downey's off the mark.
good blocks out by Stewart. Nene is on Barbale, by the way.
Braden Martin's going to get it on the wing. Surveying, gives to Iconia. Trying to find Stewart. And they're going to call a foul already.
So this is going to probably play into Auburn's hands if Baypath plays their man-to-man defense here. I think they play better against the man-to-man. They don't play that well against the zone. So
Will be interesting. They get to Kohler. Kohler down low looking. Finds Iconia up top. Gets a double screen. Finds Colby. Braden Martin lets a three go. Bullseye! Braden Martin.
This is what we talked about, getting off to a hard start. 5-0 lead for Auburn. We had an issue with the shot clock.
Yeah, that's sort of becoming a pattern over these last few games.
But really hot start for Auburn. And as you said, you know, Braden Martin's gotten off to a hot start.
They need that. And Braden Martin got to steal. He's going the other way. Even out numbers. Colby Martin finds his brother Braden Martin three. Another one!
And yeah, wow, he is hot.
8
Braden
points.
Martin and Colby played catching back and forth. Nice three.
Braden Martin up to 8 points as they start off with an 8-0 lead. Baypath three on the way. That's off. They're going to get the offensive rebound. Downey layup is off. Courtesy of Braden Martin defense. I'm going to call a foul on him. The Auburn bench is loving this right now. They have all the momentum in the world.
Good rebound by Stewart. Got to be able to control the defensive glass if you want to get out and run.
Absolutely. And they're going to call another foul on Downey.
No, ball's just out of bounds, not a foul.
Oh.
But what they have to do here in the backcourt, they have to set a pick and they have to open up. They're not setting anything. They're just flashing there.
Iconia gets it up past half court. He finds Kohler, finds Stewart. Stewart's layup's good.
And if they're going to press, the way you get them to not press is you got to make them pay on the offensive end just like that.
I agree. Barbale finds his way to the rack and he's going to get fouled on the floor. Calling that on Tyler Kohler.
That's all right. It's on the floor. It's, you know what? You've got to make him pay if he's going to go to the basket. You got to be physical with him. You can't let him breathe.
What do you think of the matchup putting Iconia on Barbale?
Well, he's quicker. He's going to wind up being there, but now you had to switch, and now it's almost like they're playing a diamond in one. So it's a diamond in one that they're playing.
Finds his way to the rack, blocked by Stewart.
So anywhere that Barbale goes, he's going to get double teamed when he has the basketball. So they're going to play this diamond in one, and they're going to match up off of that defensively.
Three on the way, and he got it.
Martin fell asleep on the defensive end, didn't recognize the wing on the side there, and he was wide open for the three.
Yeah, Luke Smolsky got his first points of the night.
Smolsky wound up with 5 points in the opener of the tournament. But, you know, I mean, when you look at it, you know, early on, I think Auburn's gotten off to that fast start was what we've said. When they get off to that fast start, now they can play a little bit freer. I think they've been playing really tight. Every possession was mattered immensely for them to be able to get up.
Absolutely a hot start by Braden Martin, complemented by a Stewart layup found by the Tyler Kohler assist, got him up 10-3. Fantastic start. Just over a minute into play. They've needed this.
So, I think it was a good timeout by Baypath, too. I think that what they needed to do was be able you get the three, you get the timeout, you can set your defense up to see what they're going to wind up doing. They're going to play full court man-to-man. That's what they wind up doing, playing full court man-to-man. And then once they break it, now, they wound up having.
And they're going to call foul. It's on Dale Nussey, his first.
A little tugging of the jersey.
Iconia breaks the press, finds Kohler. Kohler driving baseline, passes tipped, going the other way. They find it to Barbell. Barbell to the rack, misses the reverse. Rebound Kohler. Auburn going the other way. Finds Iconia. Iconia. Auburn swinging it around the perimeter.
So I'd like to see Billy posting up inside.
They find him down low. Colby Martin layup off. Stewart offensive rebound. Putback is off. Kohler another offensive, and he gets that putback.
And that's good domination of the offensive glass by Auburn.
And they're going to call a foul on Iconia.
To go back to your question about putting Iconia on Barbell, he's quick. He's going to be frustrating him underneath. He doesn't have the size, but when you're playing this type of a defense, you don't need to be playing him man-to-man.
I agree. Vega going to drive to the rack.
And there you go.
Call for a travel.
That's frustrating Baypath. You normally don't see that type of offense or run.
Braden Martin gets it off the inbound. They have numbers going down the court. Kohler layup is good.
And that's exactly how you break that. Nice job. Nice feed by Martin to Kohler.
Auburn already up 11 in the opening minutes of the game. Barbell finds a man in the corner. Back to Barbell. Iconia is all over it. Barbell's going to drive. And it's going to be a charge for Colby Martin, his fourth on the season.
So it's an offensive foul. Nice job. Nice job by Martin stepping in to take that offensive charge.
Looks like Nathan Iconia is going to come out for Zach Wetzel, his first appearance of the game.
So it'll be interesting with Iconia now down. Who's gonna cover Barbell?
I think we're going to see Colby Martin. And Dale Nussey's going to pick up his second foul. Seems to be frustration there.
Auburn, which had trouble breaking the press on Wednesday, seems to be able to break this press pretty easily. And what that does is that sends Martin to the line for two, and that's a 15 foul.
Rough start. Orange doesn't fall.
Those things, you got to make your free throws when you have those opportunities.
Colby Martin this season averaging 3, and about half a steal. Shooting about 50% from the line. His second shot is going to be a violation. Didn't drop anyway.
So Wetzel's going to be on Barbell here.
I don't mind the matchup. Similar to Iconia in terms of athleticism.
He's just going to have to fight through picks. And now they don't.
Corner shot falls. It's Colin Plante. His first three of the night. Braden Martin's taking it up. Drives, kicks out to Kohler. Kohler gets called for a travel.
Yep, you got to come to a jump stop when you're driving in the lane. I'd like to see him actually pull up and take a nice little mid-range jump shot right there in the paint.
I agree. Cahor is going to check in now. He's going to be the one on Barbell as Wetzel already comes out.
Wetzel got picked and didn't stay with his man. He's got to get through. He's got to stay with him. Good job by
And another corner three is going to drop. This one's Luke Smolsky, his 6 points of the night. Colby Martin finds Cahora on the wing. Cahora drives, kicks. Stewart underneath. Finds Braden Martin. Martin to Cahora. Cahora lets a three go, no, off the iron. Baypath going the other way. They're on a slight run right now. 6 point. Underneath, he's called for a travel. Eli Vega. And we see Grant Stannard checking in for Billy Stewart early on. And Luke Martin coming in for his brother, Colby Martin. Cahora's going to take it up. They're up 5 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cahora finds Braden Martin. Martin three, yes!
And that's his three. He's hot tonight.
Up to 11 points so far. Going into the tournament, the 2 previous games, he was averaging over 20 points per game. Very impressive numbers from the senior. Smolsky looking for something, drives in, layup's good for him.
Luke Martin's got to do a better job of the closeout.
Smolsky's up for 8 on the night. Luke Martin corner, no. Kohler offensive rebound. Braden Martin finds Cahora.
Kohler's been a bright spot in terms of offensive rebounds all season long.
Absolutely. Cahora finds Braden Martin. Martin to Kohler. Kohler corner three, no, it's short. Corner three for Baypath, that one's also short. Smolsky seeking double digits.
Real important last 2 minutes of the quarter here. Auburn has to finish this quarter strong. Baypath has been able to cut into the lead a little bit. They're only down by 6. Right now Auburn needs to make sure they get good shots and rebound the basketball when needed.
Braden Martin finds Cahora. Cahora back to Braden Martin. Yes! Braden Martin up to 14 just in the first quarter on a ridiculous pace. Cahora all over Barbale.
Good closeout.
Vega passes, kicks, shots off.
Good rebound.
Stannard got a board. Cahora going the other way. Cahora finds Luke Martin. Martin finds Stannard underneath, and Stannard's layup is good.
That's great eyes by Martin, being able to drive and then dish down low.
Auburn up by 11, under a minute to go in the first quarter. Really nothing from Barbale so far. Auburn's done a great job.
It's almost like Braden Martin has taken it personally about the...
Him versus Scoville. Stannard saves it, puts it up and misses. Baypath going the other way. Find Vega, and Vega's layup's gonna fall.
That's a sweet reverse by Vega.
Luke Martin finds Kohler on the free throw line. Braden Martin opposite wing, and he tries to find Grant Stannard, who is looking for a rebound. Just a miscommunication.
Good idea. You got to make sure that goes. You know, Stannard on the offensive boards wants to get the rebound. Make sure he shoots before you go to the offensive glass.
Nathan Cook checks in immediately on Peter Barbale.
Oh, this could be interesting.
This will be a fun one to watch. Cook already forces his steal, looks back at him. And Martin's three doesn't fall.
And Martin with a half-court heave at the end. You bring in Cook, and Cook is just like lightning in a bottle. He's going to be all over you. He's going to hit you literally and figuratively. He's going to be a pest to you. And that's exactly what he did. He turned over. Barbale has 3 turnovers in the first quarter itself. And that's uncharacteristic for him.
I mean, yeah, Barbale's been very quiet so far. Still yet to find the scoreboard. He's 0 for 1 shooting, 4 turnovers, as you said. Auburn's done a fantastic job of containing him, but another guy they do need to look at is Luke Smolsky. He's already up to 8 points. The majority of Baypath's points come out of him. 2 3-pointers. He's the guy they really need to contain at the moment.
Downey was their second leading scorer in the game the other night.
Yes.
And I don't think he's scored yet, has he?
No.
So, I mean, they wind up having in this defense that Auburn's playing, they are going to be relying on other people to score. And Downey has to be one of those guys who comes out and scores for them. Because as we said, Barbale is one of those kids. He can light it up, though. This second quarter, he can score 14 just like Martin did.
Cook already all over Barbale. Giving him no room to breathe. Baypath swinging it around. Braden Martin's got a steal on the floor. Finds Stannard. Stannard gives it back to Braden Martin.
Good hustle by Braden Martin.
Auburn can set up their offense. Stannard on the free throw line, back to Cahora. Braden Martin spins back. Auburn looking for something. Cahora, Braden Martin, back to Cahora. Really just the same 3 guys swinging it around on the perimeter. Back to Cahora, 8 to shoot. Cook underneath, layup's good.
And Cook scores, I think, his first 2 points of the season. Pass underneath.
And Cook's right back all over Barbale. And they're going to call foul on Braden Martin.
Martin thought he had all ball.
Seems like the rest of the bench thought he did as well. And Stewart's going to come back in for Stannard. And looks like Kohler's going to check back in for Braden Martin.
Give Martin a blow. Don't want to cool off the hot hand, but I think a good opportunity to get him a blow.
Yeah, Martin averaging the most minutes per game out of anyone this season, 31. Keep in mind the game only has 32 minutes in it. So, impressive stat. Barbale finds a man in the corner. He drives in, and they're going to call a foul on Stewart, I believe. That is his first foul of the
on
night.
Billy Stewart. Nice job by
That's Smolsky.
by Smolsky driving the lane and putting it in. He's been the bright spot here for Baypath.
Smolsky up to 9 points on the night so far.
He's the one who's keeping him in this game right now. It's a 10-point lead early in the second quarter.
Second free throw will also drop. He's up to double digits. More than 2/3 of, no, he is 2/3 of Baypath's offense so far. And Cahora's going to get fouled on his way to the cup.
Baypath foul on number 30, Greg Downey.
Cahora's going to look to pass it in. Cahora finds Kohler up top. Finds Luke Martin. Trying to get it to Stewart in the paint. Instead he finds Kohler on the wing. Kohler to Cahora. Cahora to Luke Martin. Back to Cahora. Cahora layup's going to drop.
That's a nice job. Jump stop in the paint. Find out where you can squeeze off that shot by Cahora.
Cahora averaging 7 points this season. Transfers in from Doherty. Really having a great job, or doing a nice job this season with the new team.
Cook is just like absolutely shadowing him, Barbale. He doesn't know where to go, and they've effectively.
And Downey's going to get fouled on the floor.
They're effectively keeping Barbale away from the basketball. It's amazing what they're doing.
Kohler picks up his second foul, and he'll check out of the game for Braden Martin. You don't want to get him into foul trouble early on.
That's a bad foul by Martin.
Doesn't look like he agrees with it, but both went up for the ball. I guess they just
Definitely got him with the body on that. Unfortunately, that's the second foul.
Rocket foul on number 24, Braden Martin.
opposite wing, 3 going, and it's over.
Good weak side rebound.
Shot by Ed Simon. Braden Martin, nice pass to his brother Luke. Luke Martin finds his brother, back to Braden, off. Rebound by Scoville. Looks like him and Cook are exchanging words on the way up. Downey 3, but he gets fouled. It's a rough foul to give.
Foul was on Cook. On the follow through, didn't give him a chance to land, and that's one of the things about guys who are shooting 3-pointers.
Can't get in his landing space as he's shooting. And Downey's first free throw is going to drop. As Wetzel will check in for Cook. Downey's second free throw is going to drop. Yeah, Downey was definitely impressive in the game versus St. Paul's. Looking if he can do it again. First 3 points of the night. Baypath down 8. Cahora gets a screen.
Good head.
Stewart open underneath. Gets the tip pass. Finds Wetzel. Wetzel to Cahora. To Braden Martin on the other side. Looks like they put Peter Barbell on him. Cahora drives the lane. Finds Wetzel. Luke Martin. Off the hands of Stewart.
Tough pass to handle, but he's got to be able to make that play.
Downey drives underneath, and they're going to call a foul.
Martin didn't commit to getting in front. Was on the side of him as he went up. Definitely a blocking foul on Martin.
40, Luke Martin.
Downey's fourth free throw of the night's gonna fall. He's up to 4 points just through free throws. And looks like Luke Martin's coming out for his brother Colby.
So, Baypath cut the lead to 6.
Auburn definitely needs some points now. Cahora trying to run the offense, gives to Braden Martin. Braden finds Cahora. Cahora back to Braden Martin. Barbell all over him. Martin has 14 to shoot.
There's no movement at all by the offense. Nobody's setting any picks.
6 for Braden Martin. He'll find Wetzel on the back door. Finds Colby Martin, and they couldn't get a shot off. Good defense by Baypath on the other end.
Just seemed like they were not in a good offensive flow right there. They're really not a lot of movement.
They've got to get back into it.
Got to get the ball back down inside.
Looks like Barbell touched the ball for the first time this quarter. The pass is over. Intended for Downey. It was over. And Cahora's going to pass it in with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Vega comes back in.
Braden Martin drives, finds Wetzel on the corner. Wetzel's blocked by Scoville. Vega's going to drive. Finds Scoville. Scoville mid-range, off to the left. Wetzel fast break, and he'll get the layup.
Good head man up by.
Simply goes around Barbell. Seems like that's all it took there. End the drought.
Cahora with his head up, found Wetzel on the wing.
Cahora's a great passer. Almost averaging 5 assists this season. Barbell's going to drive and get fouled by Wetzel.
Wetzel played a little bit physical right there, but that's going to send Barbell to the line.
Foul on number 14, Zach Wetzel.
Barbell's first free throws in and out.
He's still scoreless for the game.
Second one will drop his first point of the night. And Iconya's going to check in for, that's Wetzel. Cahora gets a screen from Stewart. Swings to Colby Martin. To his brother Braden, 20 to shoot. To Cahora to Stewart. Stewart finds Braden Martin. They're going to call him on a travel. Interesting. Plant's going to check in for Baypath.
Really important time of the game here, coming down to under 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. You want to finish the half strong.
Vega in the corner. Steal, Braden Martin.
2-on-1.
They have numbers. Martin finds Iconya, and Iconya's layup's going to drop. His first 2 points of the night.
Nice assist by Braden Martin. Iconya with the layup.
Barbell finds his way to the rack, and he's blocked by Stewart. Stewart, a key point of this Rockets defense. Baypath still looking for something. Downey 3, no.
Good rebound.
And Stewart's going to get a
Great
rebound.
box out by Colby Martin.
And it's going to be a foul on Corey Scoville. I'm going to call a push on him.
Scoville tried to get to the rebound and wound up pushing him in the back.
Cahora's going to take it up. Find Braden Martin. Iconya corner 3 over. Tough start beyond the arc for him. Barbell's taking it up. He got nothing. Iconya
Barbell has
all
not
over Barbell. Gets a double screen on either side. Opposite side to Downey. Downey's going to drive. Find Scoville. Scoville mid-range fadings. Got it. Tough shot by Corey Scoville to cut the lead to 7 with just over 80 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll burn up a timeout here.
That's Baypath's second timeout. Minute 20 left to go. Auburn's up 7. Really important that they finish this half off with a flurry here. They don't want to. They want to extend this lead if they can to double digits. They've had open shots. They just got to make them.
I agree. And for Auburn, you just got to keep it up. They're playing pretty efficient offense so far. Not too many turnovers. Really sound defensively. 2 guys to look at on the defensive end. Braden Martin, who has more than a handful of steals on the night so far. And Billy Stewart is really holding it down in the paint. You really haven't seen Baypath even contest him down low when they have. It's mostly been blocked.
Now, when you look at foul situation, right, Braden Martin has 2.
Tyler Kohler has 2. Zach Wetzel has 2.
Tyler Kohler has 2. Those 2 guys can't pick up, and Kohler's not in. And, in fact, Braden Martin's not in as well, too. So you don't want to get them their 3rd foul in the first half. So good move by Coach Cohen to take them out, give them a blow.
Cahora's going to take it up. Finds Wetzel. Wetzel finds Stewart up top. Stewart to Cahora. Cahora to Gardner underneath. Gardner finds Iconya. Rockets got under a minute to go in the half. 9 to shoot for Gardner. Gardner finds Iconia. Iconia lets one up, and it's off.
And that's a shot clock violation as he drove to the paint, couldn't get the ball up to the rim.
Good defense by Baypath. Looks like they're going to put Kieran Gardner on bar bail. Gardner on bar bail. Gets a screen
Interesting
from
that Gardner's on bar bail. Now you give up the three. You got to get that rebound. You get that rebound, you hold on to it.
And Colby Martin got it. Fouled by Downey.
That's still going to be a side out. So it's not going to lead to fouls, but the shot clock is off. So that's a big thing they can hold for the last shot.
Looks like Iconia's coming out for Tyler Kohler.
Minute on foul on number 3, Colin Play.
Looks like Cohen's trying to set up a play. Kahora finds Kieran Gardner. Gardner to Kahora to Stewart. Stewart drives. Stewart, good move. Can't get the layup to drop. Baypath got 5 to shoot.
Oh, no, it's a block, and that's going to send.
It's like Colby Martin tried to take a charge.
Rocket foul on number 20, Colby Martin.
Barbell's trip to the line. Starts it off with made free throw, up to 2 points on the night. And his second free throw is going to drop. Kohler to Kahora. Kahora more than half, and it's not going to go. Auburn enters the half. For the first time this season, Auburn is up at halftime. They lead by 5, 30 to 25. What do you think of the first half?
And Auburn got off to that fast start. They were able to build the lead and keep the lead going. And then they played really good defense. I thought their defensive job on Barbell was exceptional. Their defense. Now, the other guys are going to get their shots, so you got to live with that. But offensively, I think they need a little bit more movement, a little bit more drive. They got to kick for an open three or dish down low. The presence underneath is not what it needs to be right now. I got to see Billy Stewart getting the ball more in a scoring position rather than trying to drive all the way and then get there. I'd like to see him operate with his back to the basket, posting up a little bit more. I don't think is not that presence that I would like to see in there.
Yeah, we saw him try one of those back to the basket moves so far, and it worked very well, and then the missed layup. But we definitely know he has it in his bag. We definitely know he can use it. Just a matter of will he use it and will he find the ball enough. What do you think on the Baypath end? What do you think they did?
Well, one of the things I think that Baypath needs to do is they are trying to get Barbell open in a variety of different ways, but nothing seems to be working. He's playing really against 5 guys, because whenever he gets the ball, there's one guy on him, and then they going into his zone, and then that's a double team. So it's a constant double team he's playing against. So really what winds up needing to happen for Baypath is Barbell needs to get rid of himself. He needs to step away and allow himself to operate sometimes on the weak side where he doesn't have the double team. And then what you wind up allowing to happen is the other guys have got to beat you. They've got to play better. They've got to up their game because they're waiting for Barbell to go off, and he's not going to be able to do it. Defensively, I thought in the second quarter, Baypath upped the intensity that they needed and was able to limit the opportunities that Auburn had throughout the course of the first quarter. So I think overall, Baypath is there. They're in the game. I mean, it could have been an easy double-digit lead, and it's not. It's only 5 points. That bodes well for what Baypath can potentially do in the second half.
I agree. Switching it over back to Baypath's side to really go back on what you said. Baypath has really struggled so far. with finding not just getting barbell opportunities, but finding themselves getting shot opportunities. They've really struggled, haven't been able to not just find barbell opportunities, but even some of the other guys, such as Downey, such as Smolsky. Smolsky had a great start to the game, but since then really hasn't done much. He started off with 10 points and then in the first quarter, but then has been really, really quiet since then. And it's a matter of they're not getting open, they're not finding good looks, and the fact they're only down 5 is impressive to me. They are being able to get to the line, which is probably the best part of their offense, but really lacking getting open looks all around the court on their end.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think when they're driving against the zone. They're not driving against the man-to-man. So it really is a tough defense to run against offensively. You're playing a zone, yet the principles are man-to-man, and it actually winds up being a matchup zone if you really look at it. So when a player goes in the area, he's now being matched up by another defensive player. So you wind up going man-to-man, but the concept is not man-to-man concept, it's zone concepts. So what you wind up needing to do is you got to put somebody at the high post, you got to put somebody at the low post, you take barbell out, and you really run against that zone offense. And you overload the zone on one side so that what you wind up having now is you have 4-on-3 with barbell over on the weak side. So now if you operate 4-on-3, now you have an opportunity to have somebody who's always open. Because the opposite guy who's away from the ball on the weak side is going to be hesitant to come over to the ball side because of barbell away. So it's something that hopefully, Baypath coaches recognize that you can't play it like a man-to-man.
Yeah, Baypath, to be honest, barbell has been on the court all game. Maybe it's time to give him a rest, see what they can do without him, operate against the zone.
You're not going to see him come off the court. I don't see him come off the court. He didn't come off the court on Wednesday night. I don't think he's going to come off the court. Now, the only thing is maybe you do that. And what does Auburn go back?
Going.
Would probably be, okay, go back to a man-to-man. But I think the bigger concern for me right now is Auburn's offense needs to step up even more than what they've done. When you look at their scoring average, they're averaging somewhere around 45 points, roughly 44, 45 points in the 4 games.
Yeah.
So they're at 30, which is a pretty good number for them in the first half. Are they going to be able to double that output to get to 60? Because, and that's a question.
I don't really think they're going to be able to double that. I think Baypath's going to come back. I think they're going to. I don't think we'll see them go back to the press because that press just got annihilated by Auburn altogether. But I can definitely see them trying something else defensively. I think Baypath will come out with a lot more intensity. I just don't see Auburn going back to 30 points. I definitely still do see them winning.
Well, I mean, you got a hot start by Braden Martin. Nobody else really has had a great offensive night. A couple points by certain guys. You got Standard has 2 points. Cook has 2 points. Cook's first 2 points of the season, by the way. The stands went crazy when he got that basket. But you really don't have. You have a lot of guys who have 2 points, maybe 4 points, to make up that 16 points that Braden Martin winds up with 14, right, for the half. So where does that offense come from? Are those guys going to just chip into 4 points? Or is Braden Martin going to have another half that he needs to have? Does he need to have that half for Auburn to win?
Most of Braden Martin's points came in that first quarter, if not all of them, I believe, came in that first quarter. So it's really a matter of how he's able to go from there.
So those things, you look at it and you say, where are the points going to come from? And that's the same thing with Baypath. If Barbale's not available, where are their points going to come from?
Yeah, they've definitely been more efficient in transition offense than any other game. They've definitely been playing more in the transition offense. They've definitely, cleaned up the rebounding, the turnovers, and they've taken better shots. They've really done better with what they've struggled with through the first four. So it's good to see this growth, and hopefully it steps in the right direction for Auburn.
Auburn needs to get off the winless train that they're on right now, and I think what we talked about in the beginning of the game is, can Auburn find a way to win, right? Can they find opportunities and make plays that are going to wind up winning them this game? I mean, that's going to be a key, especially when we get into the fourth quarter and down the stretch, because they don't play games that. They play tight ball games. They've been in tight ball games, so hopefully they figure out how they wind up winning this one.
It's a matter of, if they end up in a tight game, will they be able to close it out, such as the game versus Tantasco, the game versus Northbridge, the game versus BBT.
Yeah, all those games that you just referenced, they were winnable.
Very. Very
winnable. And definitely, they should be at worst 2-2 coming into the contest. Could possibly be 3-1.
They definitely could be 3-1 at the moment, but St. Paul's would be a much tougher matchup for Auburn than this Baypath team.
Yeah, that St. Paul's team's got some pretty good players, and it was interesting to watch them play. Is that a different style, playing in the city versus playing out in the suburbs a little bit?
St. Paul's really doesn't have one player that they really play through, compared to Baypath having Barbale, compared to Auburn having maybe even a guy like Braden Martin, who really is their go-to scorer. St. Paul's, all 8 of their guys in rotation have great nights. All of them have good amounts of points, so that's why they're really tough to defend as a team. Braden Martin looking for a pass as we're underway in the second half. He'll drive in, find Iconia, opposite wing. Finds Colby Martin, Stewart underneath,
and he's
fouled.
That's a great start for Auburn, because Billy Stewart, winds up posting up, and now you get a foul on Scoville.
Scoville picks up a foul, and they're going to call a violation.
Because you can't travel out of bounds. You can't move your feet.
I don't think it was that. I think it was just they couldn't get it in within 5 seconds. Baypath swinging it around, looking for something. 3 on the way, off the back iron. And it's going to be a foul.
That foul's on Kohler.
Shot taken by Nussey. That's Kohler's 3rd foul. Is that something to look at?
Yeah, definitely 3rd foul. You don't want him to pick up his 4th. He's going to wind up having a sub in. Cohen's looking down his bench right now, thinking maybe do I pull someone in? He hasn't yet, so Kohler's got to be careful here.
3 on the way. That one's off. Another shot from Nussey's off. Kohler taking it up. Finds Braden Martin. Martin drives in, and it's an and 1.
What a play by Martin. Takes the feed from Kohler in the wing. Winds up driving to the middle. Gets contact. Plays through the contact. Banks the ball off the window and in for the traditional attempt at a 3-point play.
His free throw won't drop. Shooting about 50% from the line so far this season. 3 on the way. Smolsky in and out. Offensive rebound for Nussey, and they're going to call a foul on Stewart, his 2nd of the night.
And that's something that is one of the things that's a weakness of playing in a zone in this type is offensive or defensive rebounding. You need to make sure you're focused on who you're blocking out, and there wasn't anybody blocking him out at that point in time.
Dale Nussey gonna have 2 shots at the line. His first one's gonna drop. Cuts the lead to 6. Second could cut it to 5. It won't. Off the back iron. He'll get his own rebound, though. Find Barbale. Barbale to the rack. Kick out. Smolsky short. Kohler another rebound. Finds Iconia on the left side. Going down the court. Braden Martin finds Stewart. Stewart baseline jumper short. Gets his own rebound. Layup's going to drop.
Good follow by Stewart on the short shot. Winds up getting a good layup. Good sign for him.
Good heads-up play by Stewart. 3 on the way for Nussey. Won't even hit rim. Auburn's taking it up the other way. Up 8 at the moment.
What I really like to see in what Auburn's doing now is they're driving and penetrating to the basket. And then they're looking to kick. Really good offensive opportunities there.
Iconia's got it up top. Finds Kohler. Kohler to Braden Martin. Martin 3. Yes!
Martin
Braden
stays
Martin
hard.
on
That's
fire
his
tonight.
19th point of the game.
Down he spins. Find Barbale. Barbale 3. Back iron. Gets his own rebound, and his floater also won't drop. Kohler throws it off.
Nice rebound by
Nussey,
Kohler. Throws it off. Good play. But you can definitely see Barbale being frustrated. Those 2 shots, he had a wide open 3, and then that little floater's not going down. He definitely is frustrated at this point.
You see Cook, Schrager, and Stannard letting him know from the bench. Braden Martin gets a double screen. Another 3 for him. This one's off the front iron. Stewart offensive rebound and 1. Stewart.
Great job by Stewart inside on a rebound. That's what we've been waiting for Stewart to exact his dominance inside. And now, he can go to the line, start to get a little bit more confidence. Great job.
Looks like Peter Barbare was just too small for him to defend Stewart.
And I think that's Scoville's 3rd foul. And that puts the lead up to 13 for Auburn.
And Stewart's free throw's not going to fall. They're going the other way. Downey down low. Nice reverse layup.
Oh, nice
down.
reverse.
Got crafty with that one.
Really nice play. Good heads up by Barbale, headman in the basketball.
Iconia to Kohler. It's a no call down low.
There's a no call, not sure.
Kohler slow to get up. Stewart gets a steal. Finds Iconia. Iconia drives in. It's an and 1. Nathan Iconia.
Good take by Iconia.
He's feeling himself right now.
Minimum foul number 0, Luke Smolsky. And for the Rockets, number 33, Kieran Gardner.
Seems like everybody wearing blue right now is just on fire. Oh my. His free throw won't drop. Offensive rebound, Stewart. And looks like there was some confusion because the horn went off a bit late. It's going to be Auburn ball. They find Stewart. His layup's over. Offensive rebound, Kieran Gardner. He'll take it all the way out. Finds Braden Martin. Martin to Cahora. Cahora back to Braden Martin. Martin's 3 is over. Barbale's going to take it up. They've got to get on him quickly. And they do. Corner 3, Nessie's short. Kieran Gardner got a rebound. Cahora up ahead. They have numbers on the fast break. Cahora's layup good.
And this is their largest lead of the game.
Looks like Cahora's on Barbale, all over him. Now it's
There
Braden
you go.
Martin, deep three Barbale. Won't even hit rim. Tough break. Braden Martin finds Kieran Gardner. Underneath to Stewart. Stewart, free layup is good. He's up to 8 points on the night.
And they switch back to a defense. They switch to a 2-3 zone.
And it's a timeout for Baypath. And Auburn is loving it. All the momentum.
They have blown out 17-point lead. They frustrated Baypath through the first, and then they started to score. What they're doing now is they're looking up, and Baypath's not getting back on defense. They're extremely frustrated. All their shots are coming up short. And if you notice, the last 2 possessions down on defense, Auburn's now running a 2-3 zone.
Absolutely. Auburn up 17 right now. 3:40 to go in the third. I mean, what a second half they've had from the moment they passed it in. Just dominance.
And what they've done now, and we said this, where's the scoring going to come from? It's not just from Martin. Martin has 5 points this quarter. But what they're also doing is they're taking the ball to the basket. They're driving the basket. They're creating contact. Then they're getting fouls and going to the line. So that's a big thing for them to be able to do.
See a 5 out right now of Auburn of Kieran Gardner, Casey Schrager, Luke Martin, Jason Cahora, and Braden Martin.
And one of the interesting storylines of Auburn's team is the fact that they have 2 players who are on, or actually 4 players who are from the football team, and Schrager and Cook are both captains. So the leadership that they bring and the toughness, that can have a lasting effect on the basketball team to be tough.
Baseline floater's gonna drop for Vega.
Elias Vega for 2.
Braden Martin now finds Cahora. Cahora to Gardner. Gardner finds Cahora underneath off his hands. Fast break for Baypath. Layup is off for Downey. And the putback's also off, and Braden Martin can take it up. Under 3 minutes
Baypath's
to go.
coach is looking for a foul on that drive.
He's looked frustrated all night long. Cahora's gonna get to the lane. Off the glass is good. He's up to 6. Downey to Barbale. Back to Downey on the left corner. Downey's able to drive baseline, loses it on Schrager. Kieran Gardner pull up 3. That one's over.
Got a foul on
Braden Martin.
and he's going to go to the bench. Wetzel's going to come in.
Braden Martin's 3rd foul of the night. Barbale, very deep 3. That one he'll knock down. His first real points of the night come in the 3rd quarter.
He does have some unreal range.
Luke Martin's gonna get to the cup with
Oh, nice
ease.
drive.
Righty layup is good.
Great drive by Martin.
Kieran Gardner, Wetzel on the fast break, and he misses the open layup. Oh man. It happens to the best of us. Wetzel can redeem himself though. Finds Kieran Gardner in the corner 3. Yes! Kieran Gardner!
And that's a good drive. Wetzel didn't give up. He wound up driving, dishing.
Gardner knocks it down. Barbale 3, not close. Out. Baypath 3's also off. Schrager got a rebound. 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Luke Martin finds Cahora. Cahora to Luke Martin. Martin 3, feeling it! Luke Martin up to 5.
It's an impressive showing here in the second half, the third quarter. But good interior passing by Baypath, coming back against the zone, gets a layup and a foul.
Mateo Mastro's layup's gonna fall.
I think I asked you in the second half, do you think they're going to wind up doubling their output? Well, they've almost doubled their output in the quarter itself.
I mean,
no one would have expected that. This is
Very
an
impressive.
offensive explosion that we definitely would not expect.
definitely not. Seems like everybody on the team has gotten their own and one.
But they're
Wetzel's gonna
sharing
take
the
it up.
basketball. When they're sharing the basketball, everybody's in the game. Everybody looks to score.
I mean, this season, Auburn's averaging about 10 assists per game. I mean, they've had to at least double that so far tonight. And Schrager gets the ball underneath, gives to Luke Martin. Martin to Wetzel.
That's a travel right
And
there,
they're gonna call a
unfortunately.
Travel on Zach Wetzel on his way to the rack. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Auburn leads by 19.
Got to get out on Barbell. He'll shoot from just over the arc. Get up on him right here. You don't want to give it to you. He'll shoot from there.
Barbell's got it on the right wing. His three's gonna drop.
You can't let him breathe.
Might be too little, too late. Martin half court, back rim. He almost had it. And going into the fourth quarter, Auburn's up 16 points, 55-39. Easily to say this has been their best quarter of the year.
Definitely has been the best quarter of the year. I'm going to caution you right now about one thing. Barbell's just hit his last 2 threes.
Absolutely.
He gets hot. 16-point lead can be gone in a heartbeat. You still got to be able to score on offense, and you got to make sure you pay attention to him. The other guys are not going to beat you. He will beat you single-handedly if you allow him to.
I agree. Looks like Coach Cohen's bringing back in Braden Martin, Billy Stewart, and some others.
It was a good opportunity to get some other guys in the game and give those guys a blow and a breather and not let them pick up. Like Braden Martin has 3 fouls. Ty Kohler has 3 fouls. Those guys, you don't want them to pick up their 4th in the third quarter. Now they're going to go, guarantee you they're going to go back to your diamond and one, and Cook's in the game. So Cook's going to wind up being on Barbell right now. So they're going to go back into that diamond and one, box and one kind of concept.
You want to shut down Barbell? This is who you put on him. Definitely going to be fun to watch. Cook already all over Barbell. They get it back to him. A screen. Floater is off. Offensive rebound from Mateo Mastro, and he'll get fouled.
Yeah, Mateo Mastro is a pretty big kid inside, and good offensive rebounder. And that's something you got to pay attention to. On that rebound, that's the weak side rebounder in the zone. Has to pay attention to that.
Mastro's first shot's gonna fall. And second free throws off the back rim. Good box out by Stewart. Braden Martin going the other way. Martin being guarded by Mastro. Finds his way to the cup, and they're going to call a charge on him after Mastro falls on him.
So a charge on Martin. That's his 4th.
And looks like Cook's already up on Barbell. It's like Cook's all over him, not even letting him breathe. It's like they're trying to get him the ball to no avail. Iconia pokes it out, taking it himself on the fast break, and he's got the layup. Iconia's up to 6.
Behind.
And I believe that's going to be a foul on Tyler Kohler. And that will be his 4th of the night.
That's Kohler's 4th, and that's going to get Standard up.
Definitely want to take him out. Save him for the worst case scenario.
But that's their 3rd team foul as well in the 4th period. So you got to be careful here, because any foul and after that, on the 5th foul, that's going to wind up sending Baypath to the line for 2. An easy way for them to start getting back into the ball game will be to go to the line. I like the substitution of Cook in against Barbale. Barbale seemed to be getting himself, off the schneid, so to speak, and being able to shoot the threes. And now you got Cook on him, and Cook's going to not give you room to breathe. Mm-hmm. He's going to be all over you, and he's going to frustrate him a little bit.
Absolutely, Cook is one of those guys where you can put on a guy who is hot and he'll instantly be frustrated whether he's hitting shots or not. Really, he's only touched the ball twice since Cook's checked in, so I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed in for quite a bit longer.
And again, as I say, you keep the ball out of Barbale's hands, the other guys are not going to beat you. They haven't proven it yet. I just don't think that they're going to wind up scoring, and beating you and reducing this lead. Interesting sub in. Scoville's back in for Master Totoro.
You see Standard in for Kohler, just as we expected. And there's already a foul. And it's going to be a foul on Cook. Not too sure what.
Well, Cook tried to go through the pick set by Scoville. And you got to go. You can't go through it. You got to go around it.
That's that linebacker part of Cook stepping in. Trapping Barbale is Iconia and Cook. They try to get into him. Stewart's got a steal. Give to Braden Martin. 6:30 to go in the game. Up 17. Martin finds Iconia. Iconia looking to get to Stewart. Poked out by Scoville.
Stewart's got to do a better job getting the ball right there.
And the 3 is going to drop for Nussie. Lead drops to 14. Stewart finds Cook in the corner. Cook will get it to Iconia. You're lobbed out of the Baypath coach right now. Cook corner 3 is over. And it's going to be Baypath ball going the other way.
As much as you like Cook playing him on defense, I really would kind of switch to look at somebody else playing him on defense because he's going to wind up getting a silly foul. You got to be careful here.
Scoville's shots good off the glass. 5:35 to go in the game.
Good timeout call by Coach Cohen.
Coach Cohen, Coach Flynn, both using timeouts there.
And you see Martin coming back in. I think he's going to back in for Cook.
Martin and Kahora both checking back in.
Really, really important time of the game as Baypath has cut the lead to 12 with 5.5 left to go in the game. This is a very tenuous situation. Because what Baypath wants to do is, by the 4-minute mark, you want to be under 10. If you're under 10 by the 4-minute mark, you have an opportunity to win, get back in the ball game. What Auburn has to do is they've got to extend that lead. They can't let that happen. They're 12 now. They can't let that get under 10.
Looks like Kohler, Colby Martin, and Jason Cahora are going to go in for Iconia, Standard, and Cook.
I think really good substitutions here because this is at that time of the game. You got to be careful. You can't let it get away from you here.
Really have to watch Kohler picking up his 5th foul.
And Martin as well, too. Martin's running on 4, I believe.
No, he's on 3 at the moment. Cahora drives to the lane, kicks out. Stewart on the free throw line. Stewart gets it stolen from him, from Nussey. Nussey on the fast break and 1. Dale Nussey fouled by Cahora. His first foul of the night.
Yeah, see, Billy Stewart has the ball at the foul line, and Cahora comes over and brings his man to him, and that's where the steal comes from. So Cahora can't go that way. He's got to go back to the baseline.
Free throw won't drop. Leads at 10, 5 minutes to go. Cahora's taking up. You got to be cautious if you're Auburn. Cahora finds Colby Martin. Finds Braden Martin. Back to Cahora. Cahora 3. Yes!
That's a big 3 by Cahora. Good drive by Martin, dishing to Cahora on the wing. I was just going to say that.
Steal for Cahora, and his layup's going to drop up to 11.
I was just going to say that Auburn looked a little tentative there on offense.
Looks like they're back into their groove as Cahora's got another steal. One-on-one fast break, and the layup won't drop. It'll have 2 free throws.
And that's a quick 5 points.
Minimum foul on number 11.
And hopefully with 2 free throws, that's a quick 7-point by Auburn.
Cahora's first free throws off the front iron. His first missed free throw of the season. Auburn stretches their lead back to 15 in his second missed free throw. Baypath going the other way. Trip to the rack's going to be stopped by Stewart. Braden Martin's going to take it up, going the other way. 4:10 to go. Braden Martin drives it, finds Kohler. Kohler.
Ball goes out of bounds as Kohler tried not to pick up his 5th foul. That could have been an offensive foul.
Could have been.
And Auburn's picking up their intensity on defense, going full court. Okay, be careful, don't want to pick up a foul.
All over Nussey.
Way away from the basket. And that's what we wound up doing. We got a foul away from the basketball.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on Cahora, his second. Nothing to worry about at this point in the game.
Well, that sends Baypath to the line.
I meant on Cahora foul trouble, but yeah.
Yeah, but and that's but he's a lot of pressure on the ball handler, but you want to be pressure, but you don't want to be too over aggressive that you're going to wind up picking up a foul. He picked up a foul away from the ball. He didn't even have the ball. So you got to be careful of doing that.
Braden Martin's going to get it in off the inbound. Finds Cahora up top. Cahora lets a 3 fly. No, in and out. And I think it's going to be a foul on Kohler, and he's going to have to come out if it is. And it is. That's his 5th foul of the night.
That's a 5th foul. It's a tough foul on Kohler on the rebounding action.
They're going to send Iconia in for him.
And you know, Kahora offensively has had a good night. Just question the 3 at that point in time. You want to run the shot clock down. You're up 13 points. You don't need to score. You want to run that shot clock down. And unfortunately, now Baypath goes to the line with the clock standing still, be able to cut the lead to 11 if he makes both.
First free throws in and out for Nussie. Kohler's going to foul out with 4 points. Second free throw is also not going to fall. Stewart finds Colby Martin, who finds Iconia. Iconia's going to drive it, look for something, blocked by Scoville. He'll find Stewart underneath. Stewart's going to get fouled hard on his way up to the hoop, and he'll have 2 free throws.
You know, good play by Iconia, but again, too frantic, too crazy. I think what you want to do is you want to be under control. And both the coaches now are looking at the clock and pointing at the clock, talking to Kimura and saying, all right, hey, listen, we don't need to score.
Stewart's trip to the lines, 2 for 2, putting him up to 10 points on the night. 3.5 to go. Nussie's going to take it up for the Minutemen. He'll get a screen.
And again, another foul by Kahora.
He's up to 3.
But again, it sends Baypath to the line with the clock stopped.
It's like Wetzel's going to come in for him.
Foul on number 25, Jason Kahara.
Downey's first free throw is going to drop. And his second free throw will. It's down to a 13-point game again. Wetzel's going to get it. He'll give to Colby Martin. They've got to get it up past the half-court point. Finds Iconia. Iconia's trying to find Stewart. Instead, Braden Martin will get it. Downey all over Braden Martin. Iconia floater, no. Scoville got a rebound. Barbale going the other way, under 3 minutes to go. 3 on the way from Nussie's off.
Good rebound by Stewart. Good box out.
Stewart's have to have more than 10 rebounds tonight. Might just be a double-double for him. And Iconia will get fouled. Believe he's going to be getting free throws for that.
That's only their 3rd team foul.
And it's going to be a timeout for Auburn. They're up 13.
That's I think a good foul right now. He's going to talk about clock management here. They're up 13. They have the basketball. They've got 35 seconds on the clock. They need to move the basketball and then begin to start to look at scoring with 10 seconds left to go in the clock. Because you're not playing. You're playing against Baypath, but you're also playing against the clock here. Okay, Baypath needs to speed you up. Eventually, they're going to need to start fouling as well.
You want to put in guys who you know you can knock down the free throws.
And you want ball handlers at this point in time. You want guys who can be ball handler. You got 4 guys out there right now who can handle the basketball, and you got Stewart on the inside, so you're able to have some presence on the inside as well too.
I would argue that's 5 who can handle the basketball at this point.
Yeah, but I don't think you want Billy handling the ball out 15 feet from the basket.
You don't want him to, but worst comes to worst,
he could step out and handle it, yes.
Absolutely, he could. Pass intended for Stewart's going to be tipped out by Scoville. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Auburn leads by 13. Just get the ball in. Full shot clock. They'll get it into Iconia.
No rush, no rush. You're just going to run your weave here and be able to handle the basketball.
Iconia finds Wetzel. Wetzel's pass is around. Iconia recovers. Got it to Braden Martin.
You get 10 on the shot clock.
Martin finds Colby. Martin missed a layup. And Iconia's putback won't drop. Stewart's will. He's up to 12 with 2 minutes to go. Barbale 3. Back iron. Scoville looking for something. Doesn't have it. They get it back to Barbale. Colby Martin all over Barbale.
That's
Trip
going to be a
to the
foul.
rack for Nussey.
Not sure who it's on.
And that's going to be called on Stewart, his third. They'll have free throws.
And if you look right now, we're getting some guys off the bench here.
Looks like we got Rocco Vardabedian, Danny Hanfield, and Casey Strauger all checking in. Everyone's loving this 5. Second free throw's not going to drop. Offensive rebound for Scoville. His shot's off. Barbale put back. They've got a rebound. Hanfield's passing's going to be tipped out. They get it into Vardabedian. Vardabedian finds Hanfield. Hanfield lets a 3 fly, and it's over. Wetzel gets the offensive rebound. Finds Vardabedian. Hanfield another shot. Also off. Wetzel gets another offensive rebound.
Oh, no. There's a steal.
Pass is stolen. It'll be a rebound for Vega.
Now it's down to 10.
Wetzel finds it to Braden Martin, and it's going to be a foul with a minute to go.
1 minute to go. That's going to be the 4th team foul, so it's still going to be out of bounds.
They get it in. Downey's got it. Barbale 3. No foul. His putback is blocked by Wetzel, but they're going to call a foul on him, his third.
That's a good hard foul by Wetzel. But this is it's a minute left to go to get hit by 10. And I'm still not. This is an interesting option here by Coach Cohen. You haven't won your first game yet. And
I don't think I mind the substitutions. I mean, on an offensive end, sure, it's questionable, but on a defensive end, like, no question these guys can hold their end, hold their part down. Barbale's second free throw will drop.
no.
Still a tough night for him. And Barbale's going to get a steal. Cohen's going to have to use a timeout.
Now down to 7.
He's got 1 left to use.
It's a 7-point game with with 49 seconds left to go. You've got probably one of the most prolific three-point shooters in Central Mass.
Yeah.
It's a 3-possession game. You've got 1 timeout. You have 1 timeout left. Baypath has 2. It's going to be all pressure here. Who does he bring in? He brings those guys and lets them play the game and finish the game out.
Look, he's going to keep the same 5 in. Going to give him the chance. 50 seconds left. Just hold it down. He still has another timeout if need be.
Well, I would think right here that Wetzel's going to throw the ball deep, and it's going to be a post pattern to Braden Martin.
No, it's going to be a quick pass to him.
No, use the ball. There you go.
And he'll finally be fouled.
That's a good job. Now you got to hit your free throws.
Got to knock him down.
Because
Nail
now
in the
it's
coffin.
5 points, or 5 team fouls.
Martin's first one's around and out.
In for the Minutemen, number 2, Corey Scoville.
Somebody's got to pick up Barbell, because Barbell's going to shoot it from wherever. Good job by
Vardabedian for stopping him.
Good closeout, because Barbell was going to let that fly.
Barbell on his pivot foot. Vardabedian's got a steal.
Jump ball, and it's going to be to Auburn.
In for the Minutemen, number 11,
Under 30 seconds to go. Auburn up 8.
timeout.
And Auburn's going to use their last timeout here. Under 30 to go. Do you expect to see some subs?
Good job by Vardabedian being able to get over to the sideline and create a nice steal opportunity.
I agree. Do you think we're going to see any subs in this timeout, or he's going to stay with the same 5?
No, I don't think he's going to change anything right now. He's got that 5 in. And it's interesting. Yeah, he's got guys in who's never closed a game out before, and they're closing the game out.
Some of these guys have closed it out versus Santasco, but at that point they were already down 7 or 8. So, yeah.
So Wetzel's going to take the ball out of bounds here. Barbell's on him to the height on Wetzel, getting the ball open.
Definitely a difference maker. As they'll get it into Braden Martin, he'll get it up out the backcourt with ease. And they're just telling him not to foul, just stay on the ball. Schrager finds Vardabedian, and they're just gonna swing it around. Handfield shot. And Barbell 3 is blocked by Vardabedian.
With the block on Barbell. Comes back and makes a great defensive play.
How's that for a heads up?
That's hustle right there. That's hustle.
Definitely a risky play, but he got the
Never
reward.
out of a play. Never out.
And Scoville's layup's gonna miss. And Auburn finds the win column for the first time this season. A final score of 67-59.
Well, great job by both teams. You know, it's a consolation game, but you never could tell by the heart and effort that they showed on the court tonight. I was really impressed by the way in which the defense played all throughout the entire game, and then offensively got a couple of guys chipping in and going to the basket hard.
Really shined by a Braden Martin 19-point game.
Yeah, hit early threes, was able to get off and rolling, and then had 5 points in the third quarter. I think he wound up with a total of 20 for the game. 19 for the game. So overall, he did a fantastic job. I really thought they got some real good contributions from Kahura and from Akanye as well. So, overall, a good win for their first win of the season.
Definitely a big one. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Everybody, have a great night.